EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for August 27th, 2024. It is Tuesday, and the Tuesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated. Colder weather will be here before you know it. It's time to think about freshening up that family room for those Friday nights on the couch, binging over your favorite shows, or how about turning that man cave into the colors of your favorite sports team. Let them help you with any interior project this coming winter. They are family owned and operated with over 40 years in business, and so you can't go wrong with their exceptional attention to detail and great customer service, servicing the southeast PA counties of Bucks, Montgomery, and Chester. Call them now to schedule a free estimate at the phone number above me here in the video, 484-571-9233, and mention EPAWA to get 15% off the total cost of any job scheduled between December and March of this coming winter. They are Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated, proud sponsor of the Tuesday video forecast. Mostly sunny skies today, and it's going to be hotter a little bit than what it was yesterday. Not much, maybe a degree or two. 86 to 90 is the temperature spread across the region today, and very little in the way of clouds at all today. It's just going to be a little bit more humid than it was yesterday, but marginally so. We'll have some dew points in the upper 60s and some places near 70. I think the worst day of this is going to be Wednesday. Now, Wednesday's an interesting day because we have a cold front that's situated off the north and it extends all the way back here like this. But there is a lot of disagreement of how this is going to play out on Wednesday. So in our local forecast, you'll see an isolated chance for most areas for a late day thunderstorm or evening thunderstorm. But other areas farther north, when you get to like the I-80 corridor in points north, it might be a little bit higher of a chance, but it might wait until the evening for that to happen. So it is going to be a very hot and humid day ahead of that cold front, with a surge of warmth, 91 to 96. So you see above me are the temperature spread here on Wednesday, but you're going to have heat index values on either side of 105 degrees. Very humid day here, but if you're not a fan of the summer heat, it's not going to last very long. Okay, thankfully. This cold front's going to move through. You can see the European model is not doing anything during the day with this, and not really much overnight either. Okay, here's the Storm Prediction Center, and they blanketed a slight risk across the entire area. In fairness to them, they did say that there was some disagreement. They mentioned the disagreement between models, and they weren't really. This is only going to work out if this is a progressive front. It is not a progressive front. Most guidance has backed off that idea, the ones that were holding on to that idea. So this is mostly going to be up here. I think it's about, they're going to need to shift this up. And they did say this in the discussion, that those are going to likely be shifts. This is going to, in the day 2 outlook, which will be today, they're going to update that and shift it a little bit and probably condense this a little bit. But I think it's going to be, the threat window right now is kind of like I-80 and points north up here, especially across southern New York State. I think that's especially your best area for severe weather to occur here on Wednesday. Again, the European model doesn't have anything. There can be something isolated right by the border of Pennsylvania and New York, and then nothing really overnight. Here's what the NAM has. This is starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday and moving this forward. You see the timestamp in the upper right-hand corner has moved this forward. By the way, I did make a mistake in yesterday's video, and I was using Sunday simulated radar. So, but the messaging was the same as far as areas that we're expecting the pop-up showers or storms. It was really relegated to South Jersey and parts of Maryland and Delaware, and that was it. So it worked out. I was just using the wrong image. This is the correct image today. I'm moving this forward. And this is all the way to 8 o'clock in the evening. Absolutely nothing here on the NAM. It's not until the overnight that you get some scattered showers and storms moving through. Probably not severe because of time of night. This is 2 a.m. North of I-80, and you get some pop-up stuff further south ahead of the front across maybe parts of southeast PA, maybe. But this is overnight. So your day on Wednesday would be okay in this case, and so would the Phillies game here in South Philadelphia. So, we'll continue to watch this over the next day and see what we're dealing with on the Wednesday video forecast, but I'm not really expecting a whole lot here on Wednesday, at least nothing like this. It would suggest it's going to be a widespread activity day. And again, in fairness to them, they're probably going to be moving it around because there was some disagreement with the models. They're coming into better focus now, which is a further north threat, if any at all, okay? And that is for most likely Wednesday evening and overnight, if that were to occur. So if you see our local forecast with a 30% chance of an isolated thunderstorm, it's probably not during the day, probably not happening, okay? But we'll see. We'll continue to follow that here in the next 24 hours and have a new update here for you tomorrow. And then in the wake of this, we have another system, quick-moving shortwave moving off to the south. This is a little bit closer. We do have an isolated, widely scattered thunderstorms possible in the afternoon as this moves through. This is just a little shortwave that's moving through. on Thursday. So this will be an afternoon and evening opportunity for thunderstorms, but there is a big difference in temperatures from one day to the next. We're looking at temperatures in the lower 80s, 80 to 82, 83 for highs on Thursday. So a big considerable difference in temperature from one day to the next. So if you're not a fan of the heat and humidity that's going to be present here on Wednesday, you don't have to deal with it very long. Even cooler here on Friday. I do think it's a mostly cloudy day. We're going to have an onshore flow, winds out of the east or east-southeast, and that's going to get the plenty of clouds of the region. Might even be a possible stray shower involved with this here on Friday. But the next cold front's going to come through on Saturday, and it looks like I know the European model is suggesting a lot here. Most others are not. It looks like it's just going to be a quick line of showers or storms moving through during the course of Saturday afternoon and maybe early evening. This is not a washout, it doesn't look like, on Saturday. We have a 40% chance at any given location to see a thunderstorm or shower with this frontal boundary. Once this moves through, and again, Saturday is not going to be exceptionally warm. It's going to be upper 70s to near 80. It's not like it's going to be a hot, humid day ahead of this front. And then we get to Sunday and Monday. This is the end of the Labor Day weekend. Partly cloudy skies both days. It's going to be the warmer of the 2 days is going to be Sunday. We have a reinforcing front moving through Monday. Maybe a shower or storm with that, but the global models aren't really showing a whole lot with it right now. We'll continue to revisit that here in the week ahead. But I will tell you, after that front moves through on Monday, the rest of the week is going to be lower 70s. It's going to be delightful again. Slightly below average temperatures are going to be settling in because this is ahead of a trough. Okay, so that is going to get us some cooler temperatures back into the lower 70s for the beginning of September, the first week. But it's not going to last. I think looking at the long range stuff, it does look like once you get past mid-month, the second half of September does look at least slightly above average temperatures. But you have to remember, average temperatures are coming down with time, and that process of declining temperatures with time is going to accelerate once we get into the end of September and then into October. It's going to go down at a faster rate. So it's going to be relative to time of year, as it always is, but we might be slightly above average here in the second half of September. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for August 27th, 2024. Have a great Tuesday.